Okay, everybody, grab your pens and pencils, papers and notebooks. We're all going to school. Dream school, that is. This will be our time to remind ourselves that dreams are a wonderful source of information that are useful in our daily lives for personal growth and transformation. Our instructor today is dream analyst Patricia Eltinge, who has spent decades to providing guidance through her unique gift of dream interpretation. She is also author of the book, The Dream Class. Know your dreams, know yourself. Welcome to the Dream Power Show, Patricia.
How are you?
Oh,
Great to be here with you.
I am fine. I'm so excited to be talking about dreams with you. And my first question actually is just what got you interested in paying attention to your dreams?
Well, I will first tell you as a child, I talk about it in my book, The Dream Class. I was kidnapped and molested as a child, and I had what we called nightmares at the time for many, many years. So I I grew to be afraid to go to sleep at night. Later, jumped to being an adult after having gotten into the natural healing field on many levels. I ran a holistic health clinic with my former partner for many years, and I'm certified herbalist, a certified iridologist, and master herbalist. And then I got deeper into psychology and became a transactional analyst, and then refined my work into the dream work, which that was where I really flourished and really felt like that's where I was needed to help others because of my own previous training and seeking as a young person in my 20s, 30s of alleviating my anxieties from my dreams, and realized then I had suffered from PTSD, and but it got me deeper into the study of dreams and transactional analysis. So I am a transactional analysis practitioner and specifically a dream expert.
And one of the things that I think you said in your book and talking about nightmares is that you prefer not to call them nightmares, but just scary images.
That's
So
right.
talk about that.
Okay, well, nightmares seem the connotation of a nightmare is something bad, but my adage is all dreams wish us well, because there are messages that are being given to us from our subconscious mind, bubbling through to our conscious mind to help us with our personal growth and transformation. So there might be scary images coming up for us, but those scary images are just emphasizing that this is an important thing to look at and have it studied. Now, the dreams seem to be, they're not what they seem to be. So people think they're one thing, but actually there are symbols and archetypes, and our dreams come to us in different symbols, symbolically. So it's sort of like finding a message in a bottle that came from thousands of miles away. And you're so excited to see what that message is, but it's written in Greek. So you come to a translator to translate the message. Okay, so the messages come in forms, different forms, and every symbol in the dream has a masculine or feminine energy. This is Jung's work, Carl Jung, the famous psychoanalyst. And so my work springboards off of Jung, and I believe Jung would be doing this work if he were to continue. But anyway, so the masculine and feminine in all of us comes through in our dream work. So the masculine images would be things like a horse, a dog, a tree. Okay, those portray masculine images, and masculine things represent our productivity and our work, the way we think, the way we do things. Whereas feminine symbols are, let's say, a cat, a fuzzy bird, a little fuzzy toy, things like that. So that would be a feminine image. And that would be representing our feminine, our feeling centeredness. And so when sometimes we're talking about how we feel about something, we're dreaming about something, we think, or how we're doing something. So we can be talking about our workplace, we can be dreaming about how we're really feeling about circumstances and things, our relationships. So that being said, the images also come in term, and I go through this in the book step by step, because I teach this work to therapists, and I do workshops for other therapists to understand this in a very methodical way. Anyway, so the images, not only do they have masculine and feminine energies, depicting our own masculine and feminine sides, they come in terms in a hierarchy of people, nature, and things. So the lower part of the hierarchy is things, which would be, okay, a table, a car, solid things in life, and that you're the furthest away from getting the message. As it bubbles through a little higher in the hierarchy, we dream in symbols that would be nature. Nature will be animals, landscape, things like that, trees, lakes, okay, nature, weather. Then as we get closer to really being ready to understand the message, we're dreaming of people. So that's the top of the hierarchy as it's bubbling through from our subconscious to our conscious mind.
I want to go back a second to what you just said about, this hierarchy that you talked about. So does that mean that, for example, if you have a dream about, a rock or a car or something like that, it's not as important a dream as a dream about a person?
Not at all. No, it's further away from getting the message. It's just starting to bubble through. It will eventually, your dreams come in waves or in a series. So sometimes you'll be dreaming for a while about a rock or what you just said, a car, these things. Like a car, by the way, it represents your way through life. So depending on the kind of car it is, your rickety old car, and it's like breaking all the time. What's wrong with your way through life? But when you're thinking about things, you're not quite ready to get the message. So we keep ourselves open. And chapter 7 in the book is how to capture your dreams. One of the biggest, most common statements I get is, I don't dream, or if I do, I don't remember my dreams. So I teach techniques on how to capture your dreams. And here's your takeaway for your fans today, you and your fans, whoever is listening. Keep a pad by your bed. Some people keep like a recording device, but you know what? There's nothing like an old-fashioned pad and pen, because you can refer back to it more easily, and you can keep a log of your stuff that's coming up through. And so you keep a pad by the bed. You tell yourself as you're going to sleep, this is the very beginning stage. I'm going to remember my dreams. I'm going to remember my dreams, because at the stage between wake and sleep and wake, it's called the Lyman state. It's the state of consciousness between sleeping and waking. So, and it only lasts 3 to 4 minutes. So when you tell yourself you're going to remember your dream, you keep the pad and pad by the bed. Upon waking, you don't open your eyes. You are in the Lyman state. You catch yourself waking up. You wake up in the morning, first thing you want to do is open your eyes. If you don't open your eyes, the second you open your eyes, you're out of the Lyman state. If you keep your eyes closed, you can remain in the Lyman state for 3 to 4 minutes maximum. So that's when you can capture the dream. So you know where your pad is next to you. You scribble, oh, I saw a cat. Just put cat, mountain, tree. It's enough. You then can, once you open your eyes and wake up, you can start saying, oh yeah, I was in the mountains and a cat crossed my path and da da da, and there's a little story there. But if you get the key symbols that you saw upon waking while you were in that Lyman state, this is how you develop your dream reading technique. So that being said, you don't have to do anything at first, but capturing your dreams is the initial part of it. So you can then go to another stage and learn from the book or a dream reader like me. And you then can learn how to decipher the symbols and then relate to what aspect of my life, what part of my femininity is, up in, why am I vacillating between my head and my heart, with in the mountains and a cat, so there are ways that then we can help you translate these images. But dreaming and learning to capture your dreams is it's like learning an instrument. When you learn an instrument, you have to practice. So I tell people, I have people who've been working with me for years, and years before when they said they never dreamt, and now they're all, whoa, these flourishing dreams with what they have become. What I do is help people get in touch with their own sixth sense. So when you become really in touch with your dream life, you are really honing your own sixth sense, being in touch with it. And that's what the techniques bring you to. So it's like learning how to play the guitar, learning how to play tennis, learning how to golf. You don't just go there and think you can do it.
No, absolutely. It's, I always also equate it to like exercising and getting your muscles in shape. You have to
Practice.
repeat it. You have to repeat it to get it.
So we keep this pad by the bed forever, as far as I'm concerned, forever. I have volumes of.
So when you're looking at dreams, do you just look at one dream at a time, or do you look at several to find a pattern first?
I find they come in patterns, and again, a lot of times in threes. Really, you'll have a person will have 3 dreams once they get better at remembering them. They because it's starting to bubble through at the lower levels first with symbols that seem more abstract, and then the second dream, but the running theme will be the same. One of my clients has a business he's involved with partners, and he might be dreaming, but he's also a boater. So a lot of things things in his dream are boats and things like that. He relates to that. So this is why the old dream dictionaries really don't work, because dreams are individual, and we have individual things we relate to. So this fellow relates to boats. So even though it's about his business is his boat is going down a highway. Well, that's very abstract, but then the next dream would be, then by the third dream, the people are in the dream, but they're really aspects of himself, because everything in your dreams is an aspect of yourself. So he is in a situation at one time where a lot of decisions, it was a very big company and a lot of decisions had to be made. So the partners are this, some of them want this way to go, and some of them want, sounds like our government, want this way to go, some want this way to go. And when he comes to the meeting, he's got all this clarity of what he really has come to clarity through this dream work. And they said to him on both sides, they said, what are you, some kind of like psychic all of a sudden? And they knew, and they followed his lead, and it was the right decision, because he knew between his instinct, which is feminine, feeling centeredness, and his intellect, which is his intuition, he's able to connect the dots of how he feels and how he thinks with what's going on in the outside world. And it really is honing your sixth sense.
Patricia, I'm just wondering, not every dream that everyone has every night is going to have a deep meaning or have great, great insights. But have you ever had what I would like to call a great dream that you keep coming back to, that stays with you?
Yes, absolutely. And those are the most impacting. But sometimes people really overlook something that seems insignificant. Sometimes it's just one symbol. And I talk about it in my book. I had a symbol, and it was just an image in a room of a cat, dehydrated, it looked like it was dehydrating and dying of dehydration or something. It was all shriveling up like this, and his tongue hanging out. And that's all the dream was. It seems like a nothing dream. There was no scenario. Didn't seem like a big deal, except it was a very dramatic image. Well, it was a time in my life many years ago, 30 something years ago, where I was really overdoing it, overcommitting. And that told me my feminine was being neglected. My feminine side, I was not taking care of my body. The body is feminine, the mind is masculine. So I was doing everything to succeed, be successful, be business, do. And it was a very sharp image and an awakening, but it was just one little image in the dream.
I have just time for one final question, which is, how can people find out more about you and your work?
Well, the website is up. It's Mercury in retrograde, but it's back up now. It's thedreamclass.com. My book is, again, The Dream Class, Know Your Dreams, Know Yourself. And my name, Patricia Eltinge, and The Dream Class can be found on Amazon, and all 5-star reviews are welcome.
We've been speaking with dream analyst Patricia Eltinge.